Have you ever wondered why some people become financially free while others stay stuck in the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck? Is it just luck, or is there something more, something most people don't know? You see, the difference between the wealthy and the rest of us isn't talent or background, it's habits. In this video, we're going to take a hard look at 10 habits that keep you poor, and more importantly, we'll dive into what the rich do instead to build wealth, create freedom, and live life on their own terms. If you're ready to change your financial future, stick with me till the end. By the time this video is over, you'll have a clearer understanding of what's holding you back and what steps to take to break free. Hey there, Money Mindset family. Welcome back to the channel where we share the strategies, mindset shifts, and practical tips that will help you break free from financial struggle and create a life of freedom and wealth. If you're tired of the paycheck-to-paycheck grind or just curious about how the rich get richer, this video is for you. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our future content that will help you master your money mindset. 1. The poor trade time for money, while the rich trade value for income. People often believe that income equals hours worked. The more hours you put in, the more money you make, right? But here's the catch. There are only 24 hours in a day, and no matter how hard you work, you'll always hit a limit. On the other hand, the rich understand that time is finite, but value is infinite. Instead of trading time for money, they focus on creating systems, services, and products that generate income even when they're not working. They focus on creating value, not clocking hours. If you want to change your financial reality, stop thinking in terms of hours worked, and start thinking in terms of output and results. Build something that works for you, even when you're not working. 2. The poor watch TV, while the rich read books. Let's be honest, the average person spends hours watching TV or scrolling social media. Whether it's Netflix, YouTube, or TikTok, we all fall into the trap of wasting time on mindless entertainment. But the wealthy? They're reading. Constantly. Warren Buffett spends hours every day reading. Elon Musk taught himself to build rockets by reading books. Why? Because personal growth compounds like interest, and the more knowledge you gain, the more valuable your mind becomes. If you want to start changing your life, start turning your downtime into learn time. Dedicate at least 20 to 30 minutes a day to reading something that builds your knowledge. Books on investing, business, self-development, they all pay off in the long run. 3. The poor fear risk, while the rich manage risk. One of the biggest differences between the poor and the rich is how they approach risk. The poor tend to avoid risk entirely. They fear losing money, so they don't invest. They fear failure, so they don't start businesses or take chances. Meanwhile, the rich understand that risk is unavoidable, but they know how to manage it. They research, learn, and calculate risks, making informed decisions. The rich take calculated risks that move them closer to their goals, while the poor remain paralyzed by fear. If you want to break free financially, you need to become comfortable with smart risk. Learn how to assess opportunities, and understand that the rewards of calculated risk far outweigh the safety of staying stagnant. 4. The poor blame circumstances, while the rich take responsibility. When things go wrong, the poor often blame external factors, the economy, their job, their upbringing, the government. They're quick to blame others, which keeps them stuck in a victim mindset. The rich, however, take 100% responsibility for their lives. They understand that blame never solves anything. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What can I do about this?" This shift in mindset opens up possibilities and creative solutions that propel them forward. Want to start making progress? Stop blaming circumstances, and start taking full responsibility for your actions. Own your decisions, and focus on the solutions that will move you forward. 5. The poor spend everything, while the rich pay themselves first. This one is huge. The poor tend to spend everything they make. As soon as money hits their account, it's gone, on bills, on wants, on the next thing that catches their attention. But the rich? They pay themselves first. That means they take a portion of every paycheck and set it aside for investing, saving, and building wealth, before they spend on anything else. Automating savings is key. They also focus on investing as early as possible, ensuring their money grows. This one habit alone can drastically change your financial trajectory. Start paying yourself first by setting aside a percentage of your income for investments or savings before you pay for anything else. 6. The poor avoid financial education, while the rich study it relentlessly. Many people say, money isn't everything. But they also spend their entire lives worrying about money, yet they never take the time to learn how it works. The poor avoid financial education because they either think it's too complicated or they don't believe it matters. The result? They never truly learn how to manage their money, invest, or build wealth. The rich, however, treat financial literacy like a skill, one that's critical to their success. They spend hours reading books on investing, studying the tax system, attending financial workshops, and seeking mentors to learn how to grow their wealth. They know that the more they learn about money, the more control they have over their financial future. What can you do? Start investing time in learning about money. Read books on investing, business, real estate, and personal finance. Take courses, follow financial blogs, or even find a mentor. The more you know, the more powerful you become with your money. 7. The poor complain, while the rich network. One of the easiest ways to spot someone stuck in a poverty mindset is by listening to their conversations. Poor people complain. They vent about their jobs, the economy, the government, or the things that are holding them back. While there's nothing wrong with venting occasionally, complaining is a habit that keeps you stuck. The rich? They don't waste time complaining. They network. They build relationships with other successful, like-minded individuals. They exchange ideas, opportunities, and resources. Networking is not just about business. It's about sharing knowledge and supporting others who are striving for the same goals. If you want to level up, start building a strong network. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, inspire you, and help you grow. Get involved in communities where success is the standard. 8. The poor think either and or, while the rich think both or and. The poor often have a limited mindset. Should I buy this or save? Should I work or build a business? They believe they have to choose one path, and this mindset limits their potential. The rich, however, think in terms of both or and. They ask, how can I afford both? They look for creative solutions to expand their opportunities, not limit them. This mindset turns limits into leverage. It encourages them to find ways to work smarter while also building additional streams of income. What can you do? If you find yourself thinking in either and or terms, flip the script and start thinking in both or and terms. Ask yourself, how can I make both work for me? How can I pursue my job while also building my side hustle? Or how can I balance saving and investing? This shift in thinking will open up new possibilities. 9. The poor focus on income, while the rich focus on net worth. Here's a common misconception. Earning a high salary does not equal wealth. Many people think that if they just make more money, they'll become rich. But the reality is that wealth is built by what you keep, not just what you earn. The rich understand that it's not about how much money they make, it's about how much they save, invest, and grow. They focus on building assets, whether it's real estate, stocks, businesses, or other income-generating assets. And they track their net worth like a scoreboard, making sure they are always improving and growing their wealth over time. What can you do? Start tracking your net worth today. List all your assets and liabilities, and see where you stand. Focus on building assets, real estate, stocks, businesses, or any other investments that will appreciate over time. Remember, wealth isn't about income, it's about what you keep and grow. 10. The poor avoid selling, while the rich master it. Let's face it, selling feels uncomfortable for a lot of people. But the truth is, sales are everywhere. Whether you're pitching a business idea, negotiating a salary, or launching a product, the ability to sell is crucial for success. Selling is influential, and if you want to build wealth, you need to be able to communicate the value you bring. The rich don't shy away from selling. They embrace it. They study sales, marketing, and psychology. They understand that selling is about solving problems and delivering value to others. What can you do? Start learning about sales. Whether you want to sell a product, negotiate a deal, or simply communicate your value, sales skills are key. Read books, attend workshops, or practice pitching ideas to friends. If you can't sell, you can't scale. This skill is non-negotiable for wealth. Now, we've covered the key habits that separate the poor from the rich. Habits that keep people stuck in financial struggle and habits that propel others toward financial freedom. But here's the thing. All the knowledge in the world won't do anything unless you start applying it. The true difference between someone who stays stuck and someone who builds wealth is action. The ability to execute the right habits consistently over time. And it's not just about doing the right things. It's about doing them consistently. Wealth is a byproduct of small, intentional decisions made daily. So, now that we've talked about the habits of the poor and the rich, let's talk about mindset. You can break every bad habit, adopt the rich habits, and still find yourself stuck if your mindset isn't aligned with wealth building. This final part is all about shifting your mindset from a place of limitation to a place of abundance. Let's explore the power of consistency, learning, and positive reinforcement to set you up for financial success. The power of consistency in wealth building. If there's one thing that can make or break your financial future, it's consistency. The rich aren't necessarily the smartest or the luckiest. They're the most consistent. They show up every day, do the work, and continuously refine their approach. Here's the thing. Wealth doesn't come from a single breakthrough moment. It comes from years of small, disciplined actions that build on each other. The wealthy are able to stick with the plan, even when things get tough, and even when the results don't show up immediately. They understand that compounding effort is the real secret to success. Think about investing. The wealthiest people aren't looking for quick wins. They understand that the money they invest today will grow exponentially over time, just like their habits. Success doesn't happen overnight, but it happens steadily for those who stay committed. So, if you want to become wealthy, you need to be consistent with your habits. Whether it's reading, saving, investing, or building a business, commit to doing it every single day, no matter how small the action seems. Start now, stay consistent, and keep learning. To build long-lasting wealth, there's a simple formula the rich follow. Start now. Wealth doesn't wait for the perfect moment to start. You don't need a ton of money, a big business idea, or a clear roadmap to get started. You just need to begin. Whether it's saving your first dollar, reading one book, or starting your business part-time, the key is to start now with whatever you have. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they need to wait until they have more resources. But in reality, you learn as you go. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Start with what you have, and the rest will follow. Stay consistent. The rich understand that wealth is built slowly over time. It's not about finding a shortcut or relying on luck. It's about staying consistent with your efforts. When you consistently focus on wealth-building habits, the results will come. But it's only through sustained effort that you'll see progress. Here's a key tip. When it comes to investing or wealth-building habits, think in terms of years, not months. Most people give up before they've given their efforts enough time to bear fruit. But the wealthy stick with their strategies and habits, knowing that the big payoff is in the future. Never stop learning. Wealthy individuals don't stop growing. They're constantly seeking new knowledge, expanding their skills, and learning from others. They know that the more knowledgeable they are, the better decisions they can make, and the more wealth they can generate. Financial education is a lifelong journey. You might read books, listen to podcasts, attend seminars, or get a mentor. But the key is that you never stop learning. The more you learn, the more opportunities open up for you. Don't think for a second that you've made it and no longer need to learn. Every successful person, from Warren Buffett to Elon Musk, continues to educate themselves. Commit to learning at least something new every day. It could be a book, a new skill, or even a conversation with someone successful. Knowledge truly is power when it comes to wealth building. To truly change your financial future, it's essential to shift your mindset. Without the right mindset, all the wealth-building habits in the world won't make a lasting impact. Mindset is the lens through which you see your world. If you believe you're limited by your circumstances, you'll act accordingly. If you believe that wealth is only for certain people, then you'll act in a way that reflects those beliefs. The wealthy mindset revolves around abundance, believing that there are always opportunities, that wealth can be created, and that you are in control of your financial future. A wealthy person doesn't see obstacles, they see challenges to overcome. They don't see limitations, they see opportunities for growth. Here are a few key shifts to develop a wealthy mindset. Abundance over scarcity. The wealthy believe there is always enough to go around. They don't hoard opportunities, resources, or money. They are abundant-minded and know that opportunities to create wealth are endless. Self-belief. Wealthy people believe in their ability to create their own success. You are your own greatest asset. If you don't believe that you can make money, build a business, or invest successfully, you won't. Long-term focus. Wealthy people think in terms of decades, not days. They focus on the big picture and make decisions that will benefit them long-term. They don't chase immediate gratification. They focus on delayed rewards that compound over time. The most important thing to remember is that wealth is built one habit at a time. You don't need to make all these changes overnight. Start small. Pick one habit and focus on making it part of your daily life. One habit at a time will compound into massive results over time. Now let me ask you, which habit will you focus on changing today? Will you start paying yourself first? Will you take responsibility and stop blaming external circumstances? Or will you start reading and investing in your financial education? Drop a comment below and let me know which habit you're committing to change today. If you found value in this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more powerful mindset shifts and wealth-building tips. Until next time, stay wise, stay wealthy, and stay free. Start with one habit today, and watch how it changes everything.